It's been nearly 2 full years. The Canadian Premier League was officially sanctioned by the CSA in May 2017, and ever since, we have waited. Players, teams, managers, jerseys, sponsors, and now finally, game time! 4 of the 7 CPL teams kick off this weekend. The inaugural match goes Saturday, featuring nationally on CBC as Forge FC hosts York 9. Then on Sunday, Pacific FC will host the Halifax Wanderers, because why not start the year with one of the biggest domestic road trips in pro sports? There's a lot we don't know. These are still brand new teams. It's not like there's past results or game film that we can look at, but let's take some best guesses and have a look ahead to week 1 of the CPL. Roll the graphic! Up first, York 9 travels to Tim Hortons Field in Hamilton to clash with Forge. Forge comes in as the favorites, topping the power rankings all around the CPL universe, and they will be playing at home in front of 25,000 fans in what's sure to be a crazy environment. And Forge has a roster that's full of Sigma FC stars. Forge has a roster that's full of star names. Nailed it.
Plenty of MLS experience in goaltender Quillen Roberts, who will get a chance to be the man that he never got with Toronto FC or LAFC. Bertrand Owandi played with Minnesota United, while Jonathan Grant is an international for Guyana. Dominic Samuel and Daniel Crutzen also have shown good passing abilities in the past. The midfield is interesting, as you have guys like the face of the club, Kyle Becker, and David Chouanier, who chose Forge and the CPL over Ottawa Fury. Cisse is fast and has played for Senegal at youth level, while Echinoti Jonsson is experienced from the Swedish top division and should lead the center of the pitch. Then there's Tristan Borges to help deliver balls to the strikers, Chris Nanko, and Emery Welshman, on loan from Cincinnati of MLS.
Welshman is a leading candidate to lead the CPL in goals, no question, but let's not discount York 9 FC just yet. It's become fashionable around the Canadian Premier League to talk about the Halifax Wanderers as the plucky underdogs that maybe don't get the credit that they should be right now, but for my money, York 9 is the full Rodney Dangerfield of the Canadian Premier League. They don't get no respect, no regard around here. And York are and will constantly be a little bit struggling for attention. Most other teams around the Canadian Premier League play in a well-defined city and have that city behind them. York 9 is really a conglomeration of suburbs around Greater Toronto, and they are going to be little brother to Toronto FC of MLS. But, Jimmy Brennan has really built an impressive squad with York 9, and I kind of feel like no one's noticed.
Goal is a question mark for York 9, as neither Nathan Ingham, Colm Vance, or Matt Silva are international superstars, but this is their chance to become stars. Plus, York 9 boasts an impressive back line. I've elected to set up my York squad in a 3-5-2 with Justin Springer, Luca Gasparotto, and Roger Thompson. All 3 are physical, hard tacklers that will make life difficult for opposing forwards. In the middle, I've got hard as nails Joseph Dichara, Wataru Murofushi, and Manny Aparicio, with Ryan Telfer and Kyle Porter on the wings. Dichara makes a great defensive midfielder, while Aparicio can distribute the ball to the forwards and wingers. And I want to see what Murofushi brings. He's a player of the year in Singapore last season, and while Singapore isn't exactly La Liga, that's still player of the year. And he was his team's captain as they went undefeated and won all 4 trophies possible to win. York 9 should be able to control the midfield at will, with plenty of guys who will look to get forward. Simon Carlson-Adjai and Michael Cox will be the target guys up top for York, both guys with good size who have track records of scoring loads of goals. Adjai had 30 goals last year in the Swedish 4th Division and could well lead this team, but I keep looking back at Ryan Telfer. He's someone that I don't think ever got a fair shake in MLS on a TFC team that was deep in attacking options. I bet he tears up CPL while on loan with York.
In the end, I like York 9 to spoil the party in Hamilton on opening day. I think York is really undervalued, and they're going to come into this game with something to prove. Make the final 2-1 for York 9 FC, and I'm going to pick Ryan Telfer to get that winner. Now, on to game number 2. Roll the second graphic!
For Game 2, let's look at Halifax first because, well, as a Nova Scotian, I'm much more familiar with them. Stephen Hart is the most experienced manager in this league, and you know his troops will be ready despite the travel. In goal, no surprise, it'll be Jan-Michael Williams. The big veteran keeper from Trinidad and Tobago is the most internationally experienced man in CPL and will provide stability. Halifax will be tough defensively, with what I'm guessing will be Chakim Hossein and Peter Shala in the middle, with plenty of speed in the wingbacks in Zach Secunda and either Andre Bona or Zoom Langlois. The midfield of this 4-4-2 includes Ouattara, Simmons, and Rocketman Elton John, and Juan Diego Gutierrez of Peru leading the way, providing through balls to Joaquim Garcia and Luis Alberto Perea up front. The South American connection, Gutierrez to Perea, who have played together before, is obviously the Wanderers' main attack, but double-teaming them will open up space for Garcia, who found the net in the Dominican Republic, as well as guys like Secunda or John on the wing. For a team that didn't seem to have a lot of scoring options up front a few months ago, Stephen Hart has built a team that can show some different looks. That's the difference in this match. I don't think Pacific FC can change their game plan. The defense is very solid with Mark Village in goal, then Henrik Starotzik, Blake Smith, and Caden Chung in front of him. I also have Lucas McNaughton in there to play with Starotzik, as I'm told McNaughton speaks German, which will help. While not having Marcel de Jong is a blow, I'm not concerned about this D-core at all. Lots of skill there. And the attack is one of the best the CPL has to offer, in Ben Fisk and Issei Nakajima Ferran and Marcus Haber up top. All three guys are dangerous, although you'd imagine it's designed to be Fisk feeding Haber. And if all eyes go on to Haber, watch out for Issei cutting in from the wing. Now, while I like Pacific on defense and attack, their midfield is lacking. Maybe they'll really surprise me. There's youth there, and jump in their step might be enough to make a difference. I don't know much about the likes of Matthew Baldissimo or Noah Verhoeven, but without selling these guys short, I think Halifax can control the middle of the pitch in this match. Control the midfield, control the ball, control the chances.
Pacific will get opportunities, but I think you'll see Halifax dominate possession, and that should be the game plan for the Wanderers. Dictate the pace, make Pacific chase. Keep the ball away from Fisk and Haber, and I say Halifax comes away with a win. Make it 3-1 final for the Wanderers, a late goal in the 88th or 89th minute on the counterattack, while Pacific is pressing for an equalizer. Those are my picks for the CPL Week 1. I'm picking both road teams. I like York over Forge 2-1 and Halifax over Pacific 3-1. Will the home team's party be spoiled on both occasions? I hope to see you back again next week to check out my prognostication, or maybe just laugh at my complete incompetence. Both are possible. I am the Soccer Rudo. Make sure you hit subscribe, and until next time, I wish you and your club many goals and good lucha things.